Here's the thing, dude. I've been wanting to talk about this for the last few weeks. It's still a story that's relevant. I mean, and it's not really even a story. It's just something that's happening on the planet that maybe not some people aren't aware of. Listen, if you don't know about Mrs. Peaches, if you don't know about Miss Peaches, she's the latest, the greatest, the ultimate dog, the best thing to ever happen to a man. She is Miss Peaches. And if you don't know, now you do. Listen, so Dave Portnoy went out and adopted this dog. He went to this shelter that rescues the abused animals, of course, yada, yada. Adopt, don't shop is the message here. So now Dave Portnoy's got this new beautiful, beautiful pit bull, and her name is Miss Peaches. And if you haven't seen the TikToks, just search, get on TikTok while you still can, and search Miss Peaches in the search bar. And if you're telling me that this isn't the most absolutely adorable thing you've ever seen.
Hi. Good morning.
Then I don't know what is, right? It's just a man who has the money and the time to adopt and love this dog. And don't get me wrong, if you go back far enough, go to the very beginning, go to the very first Miss Peaches video and go all the way back and then start it. If you have time to watch 50 episodes of Teresa Risa get lied to, now she's got an agent, now she's got a book coming, she's definitely going to have a docu-series or something coming soon thanks to that. If you got time to watch all her bullshit, then you've got time to go back and learn the chronological history of Dave Portnoy and Miss Peaches. So she's taken over. And of course, Dave uses his influence to not only sell merch and shirts with Miss Peaches' face on it, and messages, you know, the whole adopt don't shop is on there. You can get it. And all of the proceeds in a Dave Portnoy fashion, all the proceeds of that merch line goes back to the shelter that Miss Peaches came from. And wouldn't you know it, they've already raised and wrote a check for $500,000. A cool $500,000. A cool $500,000 that we've donated to this shelter. So, I mean, it's just adorable. Now, don't get me wrong. Miss Peaches has a lot of work to go, but has been putting in the work as well. She's a bad dog. Okay. She's eating the hats. She's eating multiple TV remotes. She's eating the sunglasses. She chewed up the wallet. She's chewing up everything she's not supposed to. But on the flip side of it all, Dave has the patience for her, and he's doing it right. He's taught her how to go down the stairs. Dave Portnoy's taught the dog how to fetch, how to play with toys. But you know what I mean? She's still a dog. She still pisses him off from time to time. That's what Lou Bug does. You know what I mean? Where's Lou Bug? Probably sleeping. He's probably downstairs on the bed right now sleeping, not doing anything constructive. You know? So it's just the dogs will be dogs, but it's adorable. And I mean, honestly, listen, this is why if you're an SPCA, if you volunteer at one, if you run one, if you have a shelter, a training facility, a pet shop, whatever, like if your job is to take rescued or abandoned or abused, or if whatever it is, if your job is to take animals out of the shelter and put them in the home, not the puppy mills, not the barns out in the part of the state that we all know where people go to get the dogs, not them. But if you're doing rescue work, rehabilitation, getting the dogs off the streets and into a loving, caring situation, this is why social media and influencer marketing is key. Listen up. If you're in any charge, if you are in charge or have any pull at a shelter that deals with rescue dogs, you need to go to whoever is in charge right now and tell them that you need to do nonstop research on any local influencers that might potentially be able to adopt a dog from you. You know what I mean? Now listen, that's probably not what the shelter that Miss Peach's intent was, okay? It was probably just a situation, Dave adopted or whatever. But what I'm telling you is if you run and operate a dog shelter where it is your job to get the sheltered dogs off the streets and into people's homes, you should be spending every minute of your free time sending DMs and cold emails to influencers, to anyone that has 5,000 to 50,000 followers on Instagram in your town, in your local area, in the realm of central Pennsylvania. Anyone who has that type of pool on Instagram, message them, leave them comments, send them DMs, bother them nonstop saying, hey, we've got a dog that would fit you perfectly. Hey, come adopt our dog. We're going to waive that fee for you. Hey, we really like what you're doing on Instagram. We would love to see you happy with Bruno, our bulldog that we would love for you to adopt. It would be perfect for your house. You know exactly what they're doing. You know exactly where they are because they're Instagram influencers. So you can target them specifically on location. You could find them based on interests. You could find them in any way. Facebook groups, TikTok. Use the tools that are free and at your disposal to find these people and send 100 DMs a week, 100 DMs a day, 100 DMs a month. Trust me, there are people in your area who have pool on social media who would love a free dog. And so once you then get that dog into that right person's hand, it's not going to be instant. You're going to have to send messages, meet with people, interview. Are you sure you want this dog? Yes, yes. Sign on the dotted line. It's done. You're going to have to work towards it. But once you find someone, then you have them post non-stop. You get photos of them with the dog. You get videos of them with the dog. You take them to the park. You say, hey, part of our process for the adoption is we have to go to the park for an hour and you have to play with the dog and we walk them around. And that's how you get to know the dog to make sure we're a good fit. When you go to that park with the influencer that you're giving it to, have two people there, phones, video, camera, photos, pictures of them with the dog. So once the adoption inevitably goes through, we now have an hour at the park worth of footage, photos, videos, posts, captions. Don't have captions? Use ChatGPT. It's free. Tell them exactly what you want to generate and it'll do it for you. And so once you then use their audience, leverage their audience to get the word out, the mission about your shelter, about your SPCA, about what you do, about your mission, and most importantly, the rest of the damn dogs that are adoptable, and you utilize this influencer's audience. Not only did the shelter that Dave got Miss Peaches from benefit financially, of course, that just came as a bonus on the back end. It just so happens that Dave owns a massive conglomerate, multi-billion-dollar company that has an entire merch shop situation going on within it. So that was just a bonus given on the backside. But a few posts on Instagram that says, hey, I got this wonderful dog from this shelter. I got this wonderful dog from Kathy down at the rescue. People will come. Your dogs will be adopted. Your mission will be fulfilled. If you haven't considered influencer marketing for your organization, what are you waiting for? Get to it. Because if it's the cost of getting one of your dogs adopted into a home, that's it. It's free. You don't have to pay Kim Kardashian $50,000 for the post. It's free. It costs you a dog. They're getting adopted. It's a win-win for them. It's a win-win for you. You get recognition. They get a boost in followers. So do you. Everyone now knows about their shelter. And whenever they need a dog, whenever their friends need a dog, they're going to say, where did Mackenzie go? Where did that girl that I follow? Oh, yeah, she went here and got her awesome dog. That's right, Toto. We love him. He's in the TikToks all the time. Now you're set up for success. So if you're not DMing influencers to adopt your dogs, this is the way to go. This is your portfolio piece. This is Exhibit A. Dave Portnoy and Miss Peaches, I get it. He's a millionaire. He can afford to buy her $800 strollers and Gucci raincoats and anything else that he might want to get the damn dog. But you don't got to do that for yours. But at the end of the day, if you can find someone with enough influence, reach out, see if you can't make something happen, and use that audience pool, that social media. People love dogs. People love dogs. Anytime I post a Lou Bug, the clip gets thousands of views. Everybody loves dogs. I'm gonna probably put a shot of Lou Bug in here right now, just to make it, a little bit better. Say I could talk about Lou Bug, and I'll hopefully get 10 to 15 extra views this week on the podcast. You know what I mean? So if you're not obsessed with Dave Portnoy and Miss Peaches, get on it. Fill your algorithm up, get your TikTok feed going, and just be obsessed. However else you feel about the man, that's besides the point. But when it comes to him and the dog, it's great. It's obviously a great relationship.